Welcome to Culinary Classroom. I'm Chef Carrie Leonard, and we're here at Johnson & Wales. We're in the Classical French Lab, and today we're going to be talking about supermarket cuts of meat. I want to help you kind of be able to tell the difference between a few common cuts of meat that you want to know a little bit more about. Now, the first thing I want to do is talk to you about some of the prices of these. Now, this guy right here, yeah, I'm sure you recognize him, T-bone, everybody wants these, but this guy's $9 a pound. He could be up to $12 a pound. Great cut of meat though, you get a bone in there so you get some richness of flavor. Did you know this side is actually called the New York strip? So if you're looking for a New York strip steak, it's really just this that's already been taken off the bone. And this is the tenderloin. This is actually part of the tastiest part that you might think of as filet mignon. So the bigger this piece is from this particular cow, from the place that it is cut from the cow, you're going to pay a little bit more per pound, but you get more of the good stuff. So the flavor on this and the texture on this is a little bit different than this guy, even though it's all one piece of meat. Also, another really good piece of meat to look for are these tenderloin tips. Now, this is the actual tenderloin, but this is the thin end of the tenderloin as it finishes out. Still a really great cut of meat. You got to do a little bit of trimming on it. But this, you can actually cook these to medium rare if you like. You don't have to cook it a long time. It looks like it might be a tough piece of meat, but it's not. So look for tenderloin tips. These also run about $8, $9 a pound, but it's a good cut of meat and you can make a lot of really good stuff with it. Going down the food chain here, but this is called a flat iron steak, and this actually comes from the chuck, more of the shoulder area where you get a lot of really tasty meat, but sometimes it can be tough. Well, this is one piece of muscle that comes out by itself, so you don't have a lot of sinew. You can actually cook this like a steak, and this thing is only $6 a pound. So it's a lot better if you're looking to maybe save a little money. This guy, you just really want to pay attention to the grain and how you're cutting him because you want him to be super duper tender in the mouth. And you could probably see the long grain running in this guy, so we know that we want to cut him like this. And then this guy down here is a real trickster. You want to watch out for this guy. Looks like filet mignon, but it's not. It's called eye of round. And round is the backside of a cow, which uses a lot of muscles. And it looks like it's going to be a great piece of meat, but really this is a roast. This is something that you need to cook a long time. It has no marbling, and very little fat, not a lot of flavor going on here, and it's sold for $4 a pound. So a lot of people get this home and think, oh, honey, look what I got. And then they cook it up and realize it's ready to lace up and put on their feet. Not good stuff, eye of round. Unless you want to braise it, you know, that's fine. You want to spend a long time, but it's not a steak. Big difference on these. So I hope this helps you navigate your local meat market or grocery store around a few cuts of meat that you might want to go for, a few cuts of meat you might want to avoid. All depends on the cooking method. So your homework is for you to go to the meat department in your local grocery store and pick out some of these pieces of meat. You don't have to buy everything. That would be lovely, but we can't do that. Just start figuring out what method of cooking would I use for that. Would I want a long, moist method like the braising that we've been looking at, or do I want something short and quick? Maybe I can just cook it up like a steak medium rare. Lots of choices out there. So for our next episode, we're going to be working with herb identification, lots of different herbs, and we're going to have fun. So I'm Chef Carrie Leonard. Join us next time on Culinary Classroom.